Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character accessory by me. Also, please wish me luck in the comments since I have 2 exams tomorrow and they're really important. I am doing this on my break, so you guys better appreciate it. Anyway, I love you, so let's get into the video. Kazuha. Well, Kazuha had heard about this term from a friend of his, and though he thought it was too casual and flirty for his style, he wanted to try and see your reaction. So as soon as he saw you wearing his favorite dress, he looked you up and down, and then smirked, and proceeded to call you mommy. And that's when you blushed brightly, and bursted out laughing. Oh, oh wow, Kazuha, I never really expected this of you. Really? Well, I thought I should maybe change some things up a little bit, he said with a soft smile, wrapping his arms around you and pulling you close to give you a soft kiss. You look wonderful, though. You must know that. Oh, Kazuha, you're too sweet. Really. But even after the conversation's over, you still can't help but feel surprised that he said mommy. You know, it didn't really seem like him. I guess that made it more surprising, which is what he actually wanted in the end. Albedo. Now, Albedo was a flirt, and he had no shame in stating what he sees and what he wants. But this time, he just wanted to fluster you and try out something new. He wasn't really in that casual new lingo, but sometimes he just wanted to see your reaction and to see if it would make you blush or laugh. Either way, he would be delighted to see either. So, none of it would be negative in his own opinion. So when he looked at you wearing a crop top and whistled, calling you mommy, you blushed brightly and ended up in a coughing fit, which had to help you and give you a cup of water, laughing as he hugged you close and telling you that you were so adorable, and he really didn't think you could be so easily flustered. But I guess you just proved him wrong, once again. It was an adorable reaction of you, and he would never get sick of seeing you react the ways you do. That is just one more reason he loves being your boyfriend. Venti. Venti was really drunk, because he usually would not say something like this, because even that, it felt too silly for him. But when you hugged him and tried to escort him back home, he was laughing and looking up at you. You know, Ayan, you look so beautiful. You're what the kids these days would call mommy, right? He laughed, and you were staring at him, quite stunned, but you tried to keep the giggle inside of you, as you still happened to carry him back home. Right, Venti. You're right. Let's get you to bed, yeah? I don't need to go to bed. I need to love you right now, and nothing's gonna stop me from that, he said. But he was barely able to stand, and eventually, you had to carry him bridal style, kissing his cheeks and reassuring him that he will be able to love you as much as he likes just once you get back home, instead of making a commotion in the street and all. Scaramouche. Scaramouche had no clue what he was saying. He was too innocent for this. Please, spare him the teasing. He only said it because one of his friends told him it was a really good compliment, and they just wanted to prank him and see how embarrassed he would be. So then he ended up calling you mommy, and totally unaware of what it actually means. That's when you stare at him, blushing and trying not to laugh. Scaramouche, you know what that means, right? Mm-hmm. It means you're really beautiful. Well, he wasn't totally wrong, but still, it seems he has missed a lot of the context and the meaning behind the word. Really, after this encounter, though, he would not be trusting that friend again for any advice of the sort, because that advice was bad enough, and you'd end up teasing him about it. A lot. Perhaps a lot more than he should have. Poor boy really had to put up with this. Tighnari? Tighnari said it unironically. So, as you're flirting with him, wrapping your arms around him, and telling him that you wanted to spend some time with him and all, he then smirked, his demeanor changing completely from sweet and loving to something else, as his arms wrapped around your waist, and one hand went up to be tangled in your hair. That's when he said the word, and it made you blush brightly. Somehow, out of all people on this list, Tighnari is simply able to make it sound hot when he says it, which is something that probably only he can do. Somehow, he can still be this incredibly sweet boyfriend, and yet extremely hot at once. He didn't know what you had signed up for when you actually met him and started dating, but perhaps you truly signed up for the best time in your life, because nothing else in the world could be better than what you have right now. Xiao? Xiao had no idea what he was saying. Totally. Much like Scaramouche, he was completely clueless of the meaning, and Hu Tao had told it to him, just to prank him. Her pranks had gone very far, and they were extremely dangerous by now. She really had no reason to go out of her way to prank Ayaksha, but apparently she just had to. They were kind of like siblings, in some ways. Chonli takes care of both of them, in more ways than one. So they're closer than most people think. And it's Hu Tao's hobby to always bully Xiao and prank him as much as she could. So it turned out wonderfully in her own opinion when he just stood in front of you, blankly calling you mommy as she watched from afar, while you was stunned for a moment before he bursted out laughing, knowing completely that he literally had no idea what he was saying, and that he was probably misinformed somehow. You had to slowly inform him of everything while he was getting redder by the minute, and then you ended up cuddling him, trying to make him forget his previous embarrassment.